Imagine landing on a beautiful e-commerce site or a stunning online portfolio, and instead of staring at blank spaces while images slowly trickle in, you instantly see a smooth, visually engaging transition from a quick loading placeholder to a crisp, full-resolution image. That's the power of progressive image loading, and it's not just about flashy effects, it's about delivering a fast, polished experience that keeps users engaged and coming back. Today, you'll discover exactly how to implement this technique in React, building your own custom solution from scratch. No bloated external libraries, no unnecessary dependencies, just pure React and browser power. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know how to create a reusable component that handles lazy loading, elegant blur-up placeholders, and silky smooth fade-in transitions. You'll learn how to boost your app's perceived performance, prevent frustrating layout shifts, and improve your core web vitals for better SEO and user satisfaction. Whether you're building a gallery, a newsfeed, or a product grid, these skills will help you create experiences that look and feel world-class, even on slow connections. Why does this matter? Users expect instant feedback. A blank image area can make your app feel slow or broken, turning visitors away before your content even loads. But with progressive image loading, you deliver immediate visual cues, reduce bounce rates, and ensure your site feels fast and reliable. Plus, you get full control. Customize the appearance, transitions, and accessibility features to perfectly fit your brand and audience. If you want to stay ahead with practical, modern React techniques that directly impact user experience and business results, make sure to subscribe now. You'll get access to ongoing, high-quality tutorials designed to keep your skills sharp and your projects cutting edge. Let's dive in and transform the way your images load, starting right now. Progressive image loading in React can be best understood by comparing it to how our eyes adjust focus in real life. When you glance at a distant painting, your brain registers a blurred outline first, and as you move closer, details emerge. Similarly, progressive image loading introduces a lightweight placeholder image almost instantly, ensuring that users aren't staring at a blank box while waiting for the full resolution photo. This approach is crucial for maintaining user engagement, especially on slow or unstable networks, where even small delays in image rendering can disrupt the flow of an interface. In web development, perceived performance often matters more than absolute loading speed. Users judge an application's responsiveness not just by how quickly everything loads, but by how quickly something appears. By providing a blurred or low-quality preview, we give the user a sense of progress and context, making the wait for the final image feel shorter and less frustrating. This method also reduces layout shifts, which are abrupt movements of page content as images load, by reserving the exact dimensions of the image container from the start. Progressive image loading, therefore, is not just a technical optimization, but a psychological tool. It reassures users that content is on its way, minimizes visual interruptions, and crafts a smoother, more polished browsing experience. The architectural pattern behind progressive image loading in React hinges on the concept of layering and state-driven transitions, much like a theater's stage crew orchestrating a scene change behind the curtains. Instead of swapping out one image source for another, the design involves stacking two images, a placeholder and the final image. The placeholder, usually a blurred or tiny version of the original, forms the initial visible layer. The full resolution image is then loaded in the background. When it finishes loading, it gracefully fades in over the placeholder, which simultaneously fades out. This fade-in, fade-out effect is achieved using state management in React, such as useState and useEffect hooks, which track the loading status, as well as CSS transitions to ensure visual smoothness. The Intersection Observer API can be compared to a spotlight operator, activating the loading of the main image only when it enters the user's viewport, thus conserving bandwidth and improving performance. This pattern not only enhances aesthetics, but also supports accessibility. The main image carries the descriptive alt text, while the placeholder is marked as decorative, ensuring screen readers do not announce it redundantly. Error handling is woven into the pattern, offering a fallback message if the high-res image fails to load. This architectural approach, free from external libraries, provides granular control, minimal dependencies, and the flexibility to extend features such as responsive images or skeleton loaders to suit diverse project needs. Let's examine the main application file, which demonstrates progressive image loading in React using our custom progressive image component. This example renders a title and uses the component to display a high-resolution unsplash image with a base 64 encoded blurred placeholder. The transition between the placeholder and the main image is smooth and visually pleasing, ensuring a performant user experience on all network conditions. The application also instructs the user to scroll for more images, underlining the lazy loading behavior. The code ensures that the image receives descriptive alternative text for accessibility. The width and height are explicitly set to avoid layout shifts, a critical best practice for web performance and core web vitals. Here is the content of src app JSXUC. The core of progressive image loading without libraries is encapsulated in the progressive image component. This file implements the full functionality: lazy loading with intersection observer, a blurred placeholder, fade-in transition, error handling, and accessibility support. The component uses React hooks to handle viewport detection, image loading, and state management. The placeholder image is always rendered and is blurred for a visually smooth transition. The high-resolution image only loads when the component enters the viewport, improving performance for users who scroll rapidly or do not reach the image. Error states are handled gracefully, and accessibility considerations such as alt text and aria busy are included. Here is the content of src components, progressive image, .jsx. The styling file provides the visual polish for the progressive image component. The CSS ensures proper stacking and transitions for the placeholder and high-resolution images, using absolute positioning and object fit for responsive layouts. The blur effect, fade transitions, and error fallback are handled here. The wrapper ensures the component maintains layout stability and prevents overflow. Here is the content of src styles progressive image.css. The package.json file details the minimal set of dependencies required for a modern React application utilizing this progressive image loading approach. It specifies React, React DOM, and ESLint for linting. No additional animation or image libraries are required, keeping the bundle lightweight and maintainable. Here is the content of package.json. The application loads, displaying a visually prominent hero image at the top of the page. Immediately, a blurred, low-resolution placeholder version of the hero image is visible, occupying the intended space without any layout shift. Within a few moments, the high-resolution version seamlessly fades in, replacing the blurred placeholder with a crisp, detailed photograph. The main heading text overlays or accompanies the hero image, reinforcing the visual hierarchy. Scrolling down reveals more of the hero section and its accompanying content, further demonstrating how the progressive image loading maintains visual stability and smooth transitions. There is no sudden pop-in or blank space. Each image transition is subtle and visually pleasing. Continuing to scroll, the gallery section comes into view. This area features a grid of images, each contained within its own wrapper. As each gallery image approaches or enters the viewport, a blurred, low-quality placeholder appears first. After a short moment, the sharp, high-resolution image fades in over the placeholder, resulting in a smooth blur-to-sharp transition. This transition is repeated for each gallery image as the user scrolls through them, effectively showcasing how the progressive image loading works at scale in a real-world layout. After pausing to observe all gallery image transitions, the demonstration moves to another section labeled Article Cards. Here, several card-style components are shown, each containing an image and supporting text. On the first visible card, instead of a blurred image, a skeleton loader animates in the image area, pulsing gently to indicate loading. After a brief delay, the full image loads and fades in, replacing the skeleton. One of the article cards displays an error fallback. Rather than an image, a clear message indicates that the image failed to load, ensuring graceful error handling and accessibility for users. The visual design of the fallback is distinct, drawing attention to the error state in a user-friendly way. As the demonstration continues, scrolling reveals the footer and an accessibility note, emphasizing that the progressive image component maintains accessibility best practices. Throughout, all image transitions are smooth, layout shifts are prevented, and the user experience remains consistent, even in cases of slow network, skeleton loading, or image load failures. The demonstration concludes with a final pause, allowing for a complete review of the UI and its progressive image loading behavior across different contexts. Now you've seen how to build a fully custom progressive image loading solution in React without a single external dependency. You can deliver lightning-fast, visually appealing interfaces that keep users engaged and boost your site's performance and SEO. Integrating these techniques into your daily workflow means every gallery, product page, or article feed you build feels instantly responsive, even on slow connections. If you're ready to keep pushing your React skills forward with practical, real-world examples you can drop right into your projects, make sure you subscribe. That way, you'll always have access to the clearest explanations and hands-on guidance that will set your work apart, help you ship faster, and impress your team and users alike. Up next, explore advanced optimizations, responsive image strategies, and even more performance wins tailored for modern web apps.